you mentioned all of the colonized people around the world.
Yeah.
Now, what really strikes me watching the DNC convention this week is how much the end point of their identity politics is to use people of the same identity as the colonized people to create the impression that there is no colonization going on, right? They use the melting pot image to cover that over. And in many respects, Kamala strikes me as what they've worked towards for decades. That is the end goal of the identity politics, right? To hide what they're really doing behind an identity that they've conditioned people to idealize.
Yeah.
As long as you can hide behind that, you can hide what you're actually doing with the same exact policies as the old white dudes that were there.
Yes.
The speech that she gave could have come out of the mouth of George Bush.
Yes. And I think that's the problem with racial, with anti-racism politics. It's not racism. That racism, even the concept, comes from colonialism. And to be engaged in that so they can put somebody black. I mean, look at this guy, Lord Austin. He is the chief military guy. He's the head of the Department of Defense. Look at the person who for the first time in history, they made an African Marine a 4-star general. They got an Air Force Marine African who's chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The military apparatus of the United States government at this point has a black face. And there's a reason for that, because and like with Obama, African people, many were hysterically, overjoyed, and not just Africans, other people too. This is one of the things I really detest about what Obama and Harrison represent, because I truly believe, I always knew what Obama was, and we were first out of the gate saying that, but I truly believe that initially a lot of white people voted for Obama because they thought it was going to be different. They thought this black guy, electing this black guy, was going to make a difference. And that's that racial politics, because they just can't get past the complexion. That's been going on forever. If you look at the whole continent of Africa, every leader on the continent of Africa is black, but he works for white power. It's white power and blackface. That's what Kamala is. That's what Obama was. And it tricks a lot of people. And that's the kind of thing that we try to, provide some kind of education about. That's characterized like a kind of identity politic, but it's that anti-racism stuff. And we move beyond that. SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, I was a member of SNCC. And SNCC represented that bridge between a kind of anti-racism politic and a black power anti-colonial politic. It was SNCC who pushed forth that as a popular slogan that won people. And that came out of Mississippi. Also, the Mississippi Summer Project produced the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Bill, the Voting Rights Act, the Black Power movement. All of that came from that project, that process. And that's what we are doing now. And SNCC was just a remarkable bridge, moving just from that anti-racism kind of politic to an anti-colonial kind of politic with the Black Power slogan. So that the thing is that people should be able to recognize moving beyond a certain kind of jingoism or nativism that presuppose that everybody has to be American or like America, be like America, etc. And if you're not like America, then something wrong with you. That people have a right to be different and to have aspirations of their own. And if we can win people to recognize that even they, as individuals, demand the right to have opinions, the right to think, et cetera, without the intervention of the government. And I think more people are raising this question across the ideological spectrum. I think this is part of the huge debate that's happening in this country right now. Yeah.
Please clap.